A zero-fee future. Scaling the Ethereum blockchain for real-world, high-volume applications. Adam Todd, Digitex.
I got sound, yeah? Hey guys, thank you. My name is Adam Todd. I'm the CEO and founder of Digitex Futures. We're a zero-fee, non-custodial futures exchange. We did well, first of all, what a great summit. I mean, I'm really glad to be here. Thanks for inviting me to speak, Emin. I'm glad you came to this one and not the CryptoCon in Vegas. You know, what a name for a summit with crypto. I guess crypto scam was taken. Ba-bum. I'm going to start using my notes now, I think. So, we did our ICO beginning of January. That was back in the good old days. That was when, you know, before everything went bad, kind of, with crypto. We raised in 17 minutes. The ICO lasted 17 minutes. We opened at 9 a.m., finished at 9:17, raised about just over $5 million. Then had to refund about $20 million because we'd sold out. People kept sending money into the smart contract. So that was a little heartbreaking. But it was, you know, it was good. You can't really be upset about making that kind of money and having the opportunity to develop an idea you've had for years. You know, it was such a great opportunity. Kind of figured out the whole ICO thing. Basically, all you've got to do to get ahead of the pack is just not run away with all the money. If you don't run away with all the money, you're kind of ahead of 80% of the ICOs that you're competing against. If you then, you know, go ahead and do the thing that you said you were actually going to do, that puts you ahead of the other 80% that are left. And, you know, you're looking pretty good. We've 15x'd since the ICO in US dollars terms. In Ethereum terms, we're like 100x. So really happy with how that's worked out. Like I say, I've got, you know, we had this money now to develop, to do the things that I wanted to do. And, you know, in the course of that, I really liked Ethereum to start with, but I really became an Ethereum cheerleader this last year. And Ethereum this year has gone out of fashion so much, and it's, you know, the price has tanked so much. I just thought I'd do a little bit of a, you know, a cheerleader speech. You know, just a little pep talk for Ethereum, crypto in general, but specifically Ethereum and the Turing complete blockchains, because they're just so good. I mean, it's just, you know, it's programmable money, effectively. It's like Bitcoin, but just a lot better. The things you can do with programmable money, I mean, in a future that's run by artificially intelligent robots, for instance, that are all running around doing billions of microtransactions between themselves every day, you know, the kind of transactions that outnumber human transactions, programmable money is obviously going to be a huge thing. You know, when Sophia and her robot buddies are planning to annihilate us all, they're going to be using Ethereum, not euros. So why did Ethereum go so crazy this year, going down so much if it's so good? I mean, we did get a little carried away, but there is scaling to come. Basically, the Ethereum blockchain, as good as it is, it's still too slow. It needed a little help. And people like, you know, the Plasma guys, for instance, that are working with us, they've really cracked that now. They've really figured out how to get the Ethereum blockchain working fast through side chains. You know, side chains that can work on a single node and get like 25,000 transactions a second on a side chain, but you've still got the security benefits and guarantees of the parent main chain. And that's what we're doing where we are. And that kind of thing there, that kind of progress where you can, you know, scale applications up for real-world use, that's when Ethereum is really going to take off, and those Turing complete blockchains are going to take off. And yeah, we were probably a little early last year. We got a little excited, but I think $1,400. I mean, that's cheap for Ethereum. It really is. You look at the, you look at the market cap of like Apple, for instance. It's got, $1 trillion market cap. Ethereum's got 20 billion. That's a 50th of the price of Apple. I don't think something like programmable money in a future where the robots are coming, I don't think that is worth a 50th of a company that makes computers and phones. I just don't see that. I see that going up a lot more than that. I see the market cap of Ethereum, the Turing-complete blockchains, is going to dwarf any single one company. Digitex, my exchange, is a good example of what we can do with things like side chains that are guaranteed by the main chain, because now we can do real-time on-chain trading, which you can't do at the moment, because Ethereum, as good as it is, it's still 15 transactions per second. It takes 15 seconds to confirm a transaction. A plasma sidechain can be instant. So that's an example of one thing, a real-time on-chain trading, which isn't possible now, that's going to be possible next year. Next year, you're going to start seeing the implementations that we were promised last year. We were just a little ahead of ourselves, but that is coming. I think, I don't want to say the next bull run, but I think things like Ethereum, once they can scale the way that they can scale when we use Plasma and things like Plasma, I think they're really going to go on a tear. And you've got to remember what we're valuing this against. It's against the US dollar, against fiat. That all useful commodities and assets have always gone up against the US dollar, against fiat, because that's just the way of the world. It's not necessarily that they're going up, it's that the value of fiat always goes down, consistently. My granddad, he bought his first house for $1,000. My dad, he got his first car for $1,000. I'm lucky to get a phone for $1,000. So, of course, $1,000 isn't worth what it was. So, is Ethereum in the future going to be worth $50,000 a coin? I think it is in my lifetime, because there's $50,000 ain't going to be worth nothing in 10 years, 20 years. It's going to cost you $1,000 for a cup of coffee in Starbucks. So that's my general thing there. We were a little early. Ethereum, the Turing-complete blockchains, they are able to scale massively. There's so much exciting development work going on, especially with Ethereum. There's 200,000 developers, community. Compare it to the Bitcoin community. The Bitcoin's like a dysfunctional family, Ethereum is a really good community. It's run by, its leader is, Vitalik. He's not a normal chap. I think it's a great bet. My time's up. Thanks for listening. We're over at the Digitex stands over at 38. If you want to come speak to me about any of this, what we're doing, and I'd be happy to talk to you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.